get some music.
I don't know if I'm emotionally ready, but I'll pretend that I am.
Can we hear the spus up?
No, we cannot.
What?
They need to unmute themselves if they are using a headphone microphone that has a mute feature.
I can see their little green light blinging up.
Who's that?
There they are.
Yeah.
I wasn't muted. I was just readjusting my inline because it needed an update.
Okay, hi spus.
I see.
You can
Okay.
the software running our
So-
great.
Alright, so, Shadow.
Let's talk ice cream infusions. Oh,
Watermelon?
I suppose Shadow's up first. I'll let him go first.
I don't know. Am I up first? I don't know. Dark, who's up first?
Sure, Shadow's up first.
Oh boy.
Oh, I thought you were calling him for being up first.
No, sometimes I just say their name to make them panic.
Oh,
I do.
well,
Because apparently
if
the
it's,
dice absolutely love bullying me.
if it's all the same, I would like to actually discuss ice cream infusions. As stupid as that sounds.
That sounds amazing.
Guacamole.
So, as an alchemist, I find myself in a unique position to cause magical ice cream, and I would like to try.
Good. Spit it out. Like I said, I'm game for anything.
So, I'm gonna have to talk to Dark specifically because I don't have this knowledge out of character, but I would in character.
Yeah,
Um,
so what are you going for here?
well, I want either some sort of flavor delay or something that will just straight up make it taste better, like magically,
Sugar.
that I can do. And well, okay, like I guess, but like
it's well, it's not magic alchemy, it's actual alchemy, okay?
no. Oh, I just got an email. It's the stupidest thing I've ever seen. Okay.
Alright, so what... So you want to cause a flavor delay. You can sort of do that. It's a lot harder than just making it sweeter, though.
Well, I was thinking about delayed mint specifically.
Mint is a pretty potent flavor. I don't know if you're going to be able to delay that.
You're a poke.
I was hoping I could do it magically. Okay. Well, my contention with this whole thing is that I can create effing magic potions, right?
You can make a concoction that you could call a magic potion, yeah.
But it heals you.
Yeah. Do you remember what HP is?
I don't think that was ever explained, honestly.
I explain it to every new player as soon as they join. I make a habit of it.
I still remember it. It's HP, Les. No! It's my healthy points.
It's a real good point.
HP is like stamina. LP is your fucking hurt.
Yeah, basically. And
Okay.
in Les's case, HP stands for horny points.
Eh.
We're not playing with the less system on, are we?
Not in
Unfortunately
this
not.
campaign. No. Otherwise,
not yet.
Sasha
Like,
would
I
be
just heard
even
unfortunately
stronger.
Okay, so HP is not
It's not physical
HP,
wounds.
stamina.
Yeah.
Eh.
But if we called it stamina, people And no, I'm not saying re to be, whatever you want to call it these days. And that's literally the sound that they make, okay? Whether they're being actually mentally deranged or, just making fun of it, I don't really care. It's an annoying sound.
How dare you call me out?
Imagine if there was actually a stamina meter.
Fucking,
No,
I'll do it. I'll make 2
Yeah.
stamina meters.
Okay.
Which is
Wait, hold on. 3 stamina meters. Because fatigue.
Excuse me.
So it's a matter of reviving stamina. That
Yeah,
changes everything about my job.
they're fancy energy drinks.
Apparently. Okay.
bold of you to assume that alchemists are magical at all.
I mean, they
I
can
assumed
perform-
that because they helped you reknit wounds. In my mind, that's what I was thinking.
I mean, yeah, but they're.
I mean, also, I can cause effing magical effects like fear under the right conditions.
Yep, if you have the right materials handy. It's just not like something that's exclusive to you. Because you're an alchemist, you have some knowledge that helps you with it above what other people would have access to. And, like, you're actually able to perform these things called rituals, but you haven't actually experienced anything that would prompt me to give you information on how to do a ritual yet.
Good. Okay, well, we'll deal with that later.
Yeah, you can do magic things, it's just you don't know how yet. You have magic spells, you have chemistry, you just haven't figured out how to smush them together yet.
So, at the cliffhanger of the last episode, shall we say, one of the things I was trying to do was create a new spell.
Mm-hmm.
How about +1 keen sense? Or like a certain amount of, or number of feet of keen sense. Or something. You know what I'm saying? Would that be mind-blowingly ridiculous or underwhelming or just right?
That's not a tag in the old rules yet, so you can go ahead and make that.
Excellent. Okay, so I'll go. How about an acre of keen sense?
Fair enough.
1 acre of keen sense. That seems about the right amount. I was also thinking about danger sense, but I'm not sure if that would work.
That would be a little overwhelming.
Well, I'd probably make that one a bit smaller.
So, yeah, describe how you imagine keen sense would be, like, in the dictionary.
Keen as in refined.
Okay.
So, basically, it makes it so I can theoretically witness more difficult to witness things. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Perception boost?
Well, like,
This would be different than a generalized perception boost.
Wait, do you want
Yeah.
Michael Dar?
what?
Never mind.
I didn't hear what you said, literally.
That's okay. Oh god, who's breathing into the mic?
Do you want to be blazing into the mic?
Not I, said the muted guy.
That might be me. I've turned down a lot of the sensitivity settings so that people can actually hear me talking.
I thought you.
I do appreciate the ability to hear you talk. Let's see. And
Yes.
conjured out.
Gravity violation.
How did I look this up?
Glycol, there's a vagrant misuse of gravity magic over there in the desert right now.
Not his fault. He doesn't care
It's
about
fine.
spatial and/or gravity. It's okay.
He only cares
Job
about
was-
time.
His job was to write it down. This is exactly what he's doing. But time is technically his thing. Yeah.
All right.
I thought Glycol's thing was fist.
I mean, he is fast
But
as
yes.
fuck, but he achieves that with time.
All right. So I want to make a spell that creates 1 acre of keen sense, and probably one that creates a decameter or so of dangers.
Alright. Keen Sense first, since it's gotta be registered.
Okie doke. I'm gonna need Satsu's help just in case it goes over.
Yee.
Okie doke.
And
Dice
it takes a
roll.
while to turn a planet into a Humanopolis.
So, D100. Coming at ya. I did poorly. 25.
It immediately goes wild.
Yep, dispelling it.
Satsu, I'm gonna need a roll, actually.
49.
You also fail.
Hmm.
Do I really?
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes the world runs away with it. Thanks, whoever set
Yes.
off that minefield.
And that's 49, not including my bonuses?
It's with your bonuses. So the thing is, registering a new sense or a new keyword is a lot harder.
Oh. Oh dear. Okay.
Can I attempt to re-roll that?
Sure. You have to
Do
beat
I know?
an 80.
Okay, that's a... No, okay, there's one re-roll down. Second re-roll says... It's still not enough. Do I have tenacity?
You
I
should
think
still have
good.
tenacity. I think you ate this morning session.
Yeah.
It was like
so
a
that's-
week ago. I'm a little fuzzy.
Yeah. That's 2 re-rolls down. I have a 72 plus a 10. 82!
Hiya!
Hey, alright.
Proud of you.
So,
Yeah, I had
it's
tenacity
not
down.
like a normal wild magic surge. It's too organized. You're expecting it to be, shooting off in every direction, latching on to any stray thoughts that it can find. But this one was going down towards the planet. And that took you like a millisecond to register and chase. You managed to just barely catch it right at the end and
That is
fizzle
barely.
it out.
Oh.
Maybe
They
we
haven't
don't
speeded
do
it.
that yet. That seemed to
Yeah.
be a bit more difficult to dispel than I expected.
Okay.
And I'm not entirely sure why. In character.
Yeah. I kind of need this sort of stuff, though. Problem being, I could try like cat sense. If that be any better, probably would. Be worse.
Oh no.
I also wanted to do danger sense. We could just try that instead for a minute.
Yeah, like a Spidey sense type deal.
Yeah, that's what I was going for, more or less. It would definitely be very helpful in combat, which is something that I've not really been good at thus far. I could
Alrighty.
theoretically also pass it on someone else. That'd be pretty bonkers to put on you, wouldn't it?
Possibly.
So you'd probably be able to do it better. Anyway, I'm gonna try 1 decameter of danger sense. Try to get some space between doing another attempt of.
Yeah, go for it.
How big is a decameter?
10.
10 meters.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not that big. It's
I was-
just
I-
not a
it's
unit
kind
that
of-
ever gets used, even outside of the US, because, you know,
Weirdness.
weirdness. Yeah,
Why
It's
would you
either
use
meter
10
or kilometer.
meters?
yeah, that's literally all they use it for. And then they make fun of us Imperials for being like, oh, all you use is inches and feet in all your systems. We're like, yeah, but...
If you use the metric system, then why is your money called the pound? I rest my case.
Because it
I don't
pounds you in the
see-
ass every time you lose it.
I don't see any.
Damn.
Speaking of being pounded in the ass, I got 48.
Okay, dokie.
48. Okay.
I seem to
That's-
have inherited a substellar complex.
Well, it's a new spell, so yeah, that's definitely not enough.
Oh, I
Do gotta
know.
roll on this one too.
No, I don't think so. It's not a
Okay.
new registry.
Okay.
Okay.
Danger
Oh.
Sense was like literally the 5th spell created.
Okay.
Second attempt, 73.
You got this.
Alright. 73 is... Yep, that's gonna be enough.
Sweet.
Yay.
Ethanol. Danger.
So you cast the spell, and everything within that radius... yeah, that's a radius. Has a noticeable aura about it.
Can I notice it from behind?
No, you can't see it behind you. You still have to look around. But you can at least know if something's, like, intention is to harm you.
I'm gonna have to freaking throw some time at that, really, because I wanted something that I could have for things I'm not specifically looking at.
You're gonna
Like a
have to
passive
throw some
awareness.
more divination at that.
Oh, it's a divination problem.
Yeah, see, this was talking about. If you want Glycodar, you're gonna have to bust your ass like he does.
Okay.
It's specifically a double divination, I think, because you have to divine things location, and then you have to like create a perception effect in your mind. If it was, illusory, that's 2 different schools. That's a little easier, but then other people could see it.
I'd freak out if I started randomly seeing a horse.
Suddenly
like that.
able to see auras through walls in the forest and stuff. Like, what the fuck?
The fuck? Like Zoidberg, I'm coming down. Yeah, it'd be terrifying. Can you not?
Could you imagine just looking at the floor and all the insects?
Oh god! Knowing that there's that many termites.
That many termites, that many worms and beetles and fucking crickets and whatever else is down there. Fucking ants.
Fucking ant.
Well, what I'd probably do is like Halo's system, and like have arrows pointing at where the damage is gonna be from.
Your entire screen would be full. It's... trust
Well,
me,
like-
we had a long discussion with the alpha testers. This is the best solution.
I mean, immediate harm in the next couple of seconds.
Who the
Yeah.
fuck was it that blew up? I never remember their name.
Oh, come on. So I'd have to play with that for a while, but for now this will have to do.
At least it's not
What is it?
like annoying aura. It's just like a subtle like glow.
Yeah. What is the DC on this sucker?
Oh yeah. Let's see, you got a 72. Oh, I'm
think
still
I got a
I'm still
72.
looking at the old one. Hold on. The new system is gonna make it. So yeah, the DC on that is a 70 actually.
Really?
Yeah, because it's communicating information on divination twice.
Danger sense?
Yeah,
Huh.
I was looking at the old ones when I was figuring out your thing. I got it on a different screen off over here.
But I still succeed on it, or
Because you already have the spell, I'm just gonna go ahead and say that you succeeded, because you're just gonna sit there and keep trying until you get it anyway.
this is very true. Okay. I think we're gonna have to save Acre of Keen Sense for later on, because it's gonna probably take a lot of concerted effort, and I don't have a lot of concerted time.
And that's a lot of time you could be spending meditating. Ooh, wow.
Oh.
And building up more mana.
Literally no one... Or okay, maybe someone said it, but they haven't
He
really
has said
explained
it to me specifically.
It's been said at least once.
Yep, he said it to me. He's like,
Well,
'cause he
okay,
knows
yeah,
I know
know,
about
like,
it.
but like nobody's explained it to me is what I mean.
You meditate, you gain more mana. It basically gives you
I meant in
additional.
character.
I'm pretty sure Satsu explained it to you when you guys were on the boat trying to figure out how magic worked.
I don't remember that. I
I don't
didn't
either.
write it down, so I don't know.
Yeah, that's how meditating works.
Yeah, it hurts a little bit, and you turn into a magic capacitor for 3 days.
Wub.
You become a wub. Meditate.
Also, I'm pretty sure it's in the rulebook.
It is in the rulebook, yeah.
Well,
You are allowed to use rules in the rulebook as stuff in character.
The rules
Are you?
are, yeah, they are posted in the Conjured
Yeah.
Outcast thing.
If you want, okay, go ahead
Yeah,
and weaponize
you-
some of the
Pretty
rules
sure.
there.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, if you read through it and you're like, ooh, okay, that's a thing, you know it in character.
okay. I'm not used to that being a thing. I'm used to like 5e where you're not supposed to use knowledge unless you know what I'm saying?
You're absolutely supposed to know the rules, though, and apply that to whatever you're doing.
Yeah,
I mean,
don't
it depends.
like
If you're
the-
talking like monsters,
I don't like the DMs that are like, no, you're supposed to learn the rules as you play. Like, okay, but how am I supposed to know what spells to take and what's a good class feature? Like, that's one of the several reasons I bounced off of D&D, like, even before 5e came out. Just like...
Oh, sorry, it's not meditating. It's magic pooling.
Meditation gives you points into your magic pool, yeah. We just had to call it something. Couldn't call it magic points.
why not?
Well, because the other part of magic was called magic points at the time, so the name was taken.
Ah, okay. It just
Okay.
dinged
Any
me.
more spells?
How
Or
long
we-
did that last? The decameter of danger sense. Did I forget to?
You just described its distance with enhancement, so it's only gonna last 6 seconds.
Okay. I forgot to double up on. Okay.
Well, the more you add to the spell, the harder it gets.
Yeah, I'm aware of that.
I love spellcraft.
Or are you? Dun,
I
dun,
almost
dun.
blew up my own self a bunch of times.
Well, while they're familiarizing themselves with the rules, Shadow.
Abba.
Blah, blah, blah. Alright, so you managed to escape the town guard, but because of your rolls, you did not escape unscathed. You now have a very large gash running down your leg. You have lost a life point.
Howie.
Yeah, so your contact is in another city. How are you gonna get there?
So I'm outside the city that I was getting the thing from.
Yeah, you're currently huddled under a log in a foxhole or something, trying to, like, you know, keep away from the guard dogs that are sniffing around.
Okay. Well, probably to deal with the gash on my leg for now. Probably gonna make a makeshift tourniquet to kind of stop the bleeding, or at least, kind of slow it down until I can get it treated.
Fair enough. You go through the process of getting that put together, using your
Mhm.
training and field. What is that?
CLS?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, combat lifesaver.
Mm-hmm. I
Yep,
was thinking
hi.
of something else, like field and training or field and gun or something like that. Boy Scout training, different.
Yeah, that's different.
Yeah.
But yeah, so. Best thing I can do to try. I know it's like a myth, but what I'm gonna do is find like, do I know what direction I need to go?
About, yeah. The weird thing is, like, on this planet, the sun keeps rising in a different damn spot every day, so you kind of lose track of what direction you're going if you don't keep track of the days.
Okay. Well, what I'm gonna do is the tried and true method of find an object in the distance, a specific object in the distance, go to that object, and then just keep doing that in a straight line in the direction that I need to go. And if there is like something to cover my scent, some like flowers or something else to kind of like throw off my scent, I will use that, like some flowers, some kind of pungent foliage,
Alright, let's see.
or even a skunk along the way.
Yeah, I'm rolling for it. Milk thistle. Alright, what's that look like? Oh. A spiny boy.
An ouchie thing.
I mean, it's a flower. You could eat it as a salad. It's got
True.
some medicinal properties.
Hmm.
It do smell, but boy, do it look pointy.
Eh.
I mean, you could just take the thistles and wear them.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the tips of my claws to pick it up and use the blade on the end of the tail to kind of shave off the thistles.
Fair
And,
enough.
kind of like the top layer of the skin, the like plant skin.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I've done it before.
Yeah, and just kind of more of it. See if it'll change the scent to get rid of it or whatever.
It definitely changes your scent.
This is good. And then I will keep going on.
Keep on.
Actually,
keep
I'm
it
gonna
on.
take one. I'm gonna take one of the larger thistles
Okay.
and some
Body.
like, huh?
Once told
Shut
me.
up. Like if I had any spare clothes, what I'm gonna do is like take some of the thread so I can make like some makeshift sutures.
Ooh.
All right.
Smelly
you can do
sutures.
that while you're walking.
Huh?
You can do that while you're walking.
I have a question for you.
Sure.
Yes.
If I make both parts of a spell, like plus 1 decameter of this and plus 1 hour of this, can I put them together with less difficulty than if I try to do them both at once?
No. Okay, so if you're using one school of magic for both of the effects of a spell, you only get the reduction in difficulty for your fucking, what is it? Your intensity for that school, the one time.
Yeah.
If you
But
use multiple schools, you keep the reduction in difficulty for each of the schools because you're only using them once.
Sure. But I don't have that much reduction anyway, so it doesn't really matter at this point. What I'm trying to say is, like, if I did this, would I have to do, like... Would it have, like, a new spell reduction?
That's not a thing.
No. Okay.
So when you create a new spell, it gets harder because you're doing a new thing, even if it's similar to something that you've done before. Because of the way that mana interacts with your body and your mind, it is just as difficult to make a new thing that's only slightly different as it is to make a new thing that's completely different.
Okay. You see, this is a legitimate question I had to ask. Continue.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Les,
Yeah. What? I didn't do it.
do you have a D10 and a D12 handy?
Oh, my fucking wrist. Ow.
Oh,
What
I
did you
just
do?
jammed. I leaned over, grabbing a thing, and slammed into it. Yeah, I got it
Oof.
right here.
Slammed into your entire ass wrist.
No, the one on his hand, obviously.
Oh, the ass wrist, is a painful one. Alright. Yeah, I got the D12 and the D10. I always got my dice ready. You never know when you need to roll.
Alright, go ahead and do that for me. 3 times.
Both of
wait,
them?
each
Or
roll
like...
3 times, right?
Yep.
Fuck, now I gotta do math. Okay, hold on.
Just give me the numbers one at a time.
Alright, I'll give you the 3D10s first. Trade you that.
Alright.
Alright, 7 and 8. Okay. And a 2. Okay. That wasn't in ascending order, I'm happy.
Who disappeared?
Satsu.
Oh no!
Okay.
And we got
What the
a
cat?
nice 2 on the first 12. Alright. And we got a fucking 9 on the second. And we got a 3? Alright. I like it. I got jumbled numbers. Let's go.
Let's go
Where's-
using mixed dice to confuse your Irish luck.
You'd be surprised. Ow! Fuck, that was loud.
What was?
Moving my cords around, and one of the fucking male sex ends slapped into the headset.
Oh.
God. My right ear's got that fucking tinnitus ring right now.
Just straight up thack right into your ear hole.
FN Dojinshi, but for headphones. Dojin, excuse me.
Alright then. Let's figure out damage values on these.
I don't take my money. Fucking wrist hurt.
Real quick, what was the Oni god called again?
Oh, technically you would consider that to be Inma. That's essentially what they adopted as basically the god of the underworld, and it's a lot. It's a lot, but I guess you could say Inma.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, whole thing there. They're not an Oni. They're just a.
Yeah, they're just in charge.
Why?
This is a stupid question. I bet it has a really stupid answer too. What happens if I try to add +1 to my enhancement?
What do you mean?
Like, +1 to enhancement spells. Enhancement.
Oh, enhancing and enhance?
Yeah.
That's actually got some funny consequences depending on what spell you're using it on. But I'll let you discover that on your own.
Waterboarding if you use diesel. What the fuck?
What?
I just seen a picture that Dark sent earlier today. Sorry.
Okay.
It's not.
Cockpit. Don't have a dick. Make one. What the fuck are you?
Alright, Les, how many atmospheres of pressure is this character able to sustain?
Due to some arguing with their wife, they've deduced that more than they should be able to. Why?
Oh no, not glycol, the other one.
Oh, fuck, you ain't killing them with pressure.
Under pressure.
Yeah, but I'm asking.
Let's see. We're going with what would probably break their bones. I think we're under 14 right now. So humans can't survive more than that. I don't know. I don't think they start feeling. If we're talking atmospheres as in surface or atmospheres as in ocean, that's actually a very big distinction.
Atmospheres as in, air. It's a compressible.
Okay. Alright. I think like 46
No, that's not
is
too
what
bad.
should roughly translate it to. Yeah, that's about I don't know, like that's about a fourth of the way down to the bottom of the ocean, so yeah, it's enough.
Mm.
Alright, the reason I'm asking is because the next place they have to go is the Cloud Sea, which it's like an ocean, but it's all air. It's just this weird section of the planet where the atmosphere just gets intensely compressed. And, you know, the best stuff is at the bottom, of course.
Yeah.
So, like, in that area, I'd imagine that there's going to be, like, solid and liquid oxygen due to the...
Oh, yeah. That's what the clouds are made of. All the different gases start to liquefy under different pressures, so you get like all the different layers.
That'd be really good. A really good place to go if you wanted to get some like canned air. You just like fill up like a bucket or something, or not a bucket, but like something with a lid. You fill it half. maybe a third the way with liquid oxygen, and then pull it out, and it'll become solid again.
So,
Gas.
O'Hare's canned air is a side product of this particular, oh gee, what class of spell even was this? Let me see if I can remember. I believe this was a gold class spell, which means it was hitting around level 30 magic in modern setting.
Mm.
And the entire reason was so that they could study the contents of the atmosphere, do an ecological survey, and figure out what they need to do to fix the climate. Because there was at one point an issue where the planet was getting too cold, and it wasn't supposed to be yet.
So did they fix it?
Well, the planet's not a frozen hellscape right now, so yeah.
Well, I mean, like, did they fix the atmosphere, or did they, like, kill the evil lich screwing with it?
Yeah, no, they dealt with it.
Okay. Non-specific answer. Fair enough.
Well, if you meet an alpha tester and they're not immediately hostile, you can ask them about it.
Yeah, and I will. I mean, I tried, but the last one was like, yeah, you should go. And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna follow your advice. Oh, if I hadn't kneecapped that effing elemental, I probably would have been Mondo Deado.
It's only your first character.
Believe it or not, I don't plan on making it so that I have a second one so soon.
That's fine.
You'll be fine. Okay. Got it. I'll get you updates on the character's progress next session, probably. It's going to take them a while to swim through all that. Okay, Dave, Satsu, not Shadow, Skull.
Here I am.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah. You guys are making ice cream, huh?
It would seem.
And Skull
I was
has
trying
decided to stop drooling and actually help with the process.
Sorry about that. I had work stuff. And it went poorly. Anyway.
Satsu, that's your
Just
cue.
Yep, I'm here.
Okay.
Skull is talking. I didn't want to interrupt.
Just want to make sure you weren't, like, doing something else.
Zoned out.
You did fall asleep last
Okay.
session.
Not last
You got a
session.
point.
Yeah, both session before last.
There you go.
okay. So,
When we left last time, were we still waiting on the equipment to be finished and training?
Let's go ahead and say that you finished up with your training and the equipment's ready now.
Okay, then we will make our way over to Blacksmith.
No, Blacksmith is all the way back at Hyena.
I was trying to see if you'd catch that.
You guys can walk all the way there if you want. It's a bit of a trip.
Nah.
also, I'll
yeah.
have some magical curse or something. Time with.
So yeah, we'll go pick up the equipment and make our way back to the inn room.
Need to stop off and grab some taters.
Yes, at the market. That is still kind of defunct right now.
We need
My
rock
fine
salt.
taters.
There is a stall that has painted a sign with some other stalls' paint that just says, "We're still open, we're just a little more open than usual."
We're wide open.
Okay, I guess we'll go to that stall.
I'm gonna go get a drink. I'll be back in a minute.
Okay. All right.
and I will express my amusement at their sign.
Ah, yes, you like sign, Yaka. Make a good sign, yes?
Yes.
What?
Yaka does make good sign.
And I'm just gonna tilt my head.
Hey, that little bastard owes me taxes.
Uh-oh.
You're
think.
alive?
Of course I'm alive, and Yaka never dies.
Do
Who
you
is
recognize me?
No recognize. No face. Also new face. You recognize.
I recognize name.
Many
Common name in-
gob-
Okay. One of my first friends here was named Yaka.
Yaka the brave or Yaka the powerful?
I think it was just Yaka.
Ha. Lowly Yaka. No deserving of title.
He was very good at alchemy, actually.
Cool.
Oh, rare. Forbidden.
Maybe it's Yaka the Unknown because of that.
Nope, pretty sure he died.
Yaka the Never to be Known, I suppose.
You have potatoes? Potatoes?
Yes.
Potatoes.
Yaka have many potatoes. Good.
How many do you
Good-
think we need?
That
If this works, about a half dozen.
Take ground potatoes. From the stall over there. Easy pickings. Half off.
Fair enough.
I look back at Dave. You're the expert on this stuff.
Go ahead and take a look at the taters and pick 6 decent ones. We're not eating them. Well, I probably can hash the rest that we don't use, but I'm just pulling the starch off of it, really.
I'll be back.
Okay.
Glycol's working for 4 days, by the way. I did the math already.
Got it. Alright, so the potatoes over here, they're still in pretty good condition, all things considered. A couple of them are starting to grow things out of the eye pits, but otherwise, they're...
Are any of them looking at us yet?
No.
Okay, then we definitely got time.
So grab a half dozen. Half dozen to 10. In case one of them turns up sour inside.
So 10?
Got
Yeah,
it.
10.
So you grab them, and Yaka gestures around to some of the other wares on the stalls that he's moved over into this little area here.
And what are those wares?
Let's see here. There is a pole axe and a two-handed mace, and there's a full set of chainmail. Really? Oh, okay.
It's probably the one that I sold. Or no, I sold the outer bits. Never mind.
There's a recurve bow here.
Weird.
There is some cucumber and parsley and radish, and let's see, there's some pickled cucumbers, although otherwise known as pickles.
I want.
Let's see, there's a chest here, and upon opening it, you can see it's just full of frilly things and girls' clothing and stockings and panties and all sorts of stuff.
Want whole chest. Wait, is that my chest? No.
Actually,
Hey, this pair looks familiar.
I'm back.
I don't know if we're gonna find cheesecloth anywhere.
I mean, you could probably do it out of panty stocking. type
That's
stuff.
That's what I was thinking, like a stocking.
There you go. Now you're seeing why I
That's good.
left that in.
Yeah, grab that too, Sats, if you don't mind.
Already has like entire chest lifted up.
What?
Nothing. Proceed.
Nothing. Proceed. Maybe some detergent too.
Let's see. So there's not detergent, but there is soapstone here, along with potash and some
Potash, like
iron filings.
by potash, do you mean like weed, or like
What?
a different thing? Like ashes of the weed cannabis plant, or a different thing?
Like alchemical potash, not pot as in cannabis.
Okay, well I didn't. Well, that's why I was clarifying.
If I meant cannabis, that's what I would say.
Well, like ashes of cannabis. That's what I was. Never mind. So potash, what does it do?
It's a great filter. It's
Oh, it works like charcoal.
mildly acidic, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like an actual thing that you can go buy online right now. It's super cheap to
Okay.
make. It's not just ash either.
Okay. I'm gonna say that stuff is very good, though I don't think it'll help us a lot for what we're doing. We could make like gas masks.
I mean, if it's something you need, you can get it.
Hmm.
Ugh. If my body would let me talk, I could continue on this list. Suddenly, lots of gas.
Damn cows.
How did they store those? Fart jars?
Okay, so next up is a top that seems to be perpetually spinning on a table.
I look at that and I'm sad.
A crystal ball about the size of a shooter marble.
Weird.
Let's see.
Make a note if you guys are interested in any of this stuff.
Yeah, because
No,
I'm not
not
making
really.
any notes right now. If you see something that you're interested in, you make a note.
I have my notes already.
Okay.
Let's
I guess I will note down pot.
Let's see. There's a strangely twisted staff over here in the magic section. Let's see. There's a small ring on the table. It looks like you could fit it on your pinky.
Let's touch it.
It feels like a ring.
Okay, so it's not alchemically. Expected it to be super much. Oh wait, no, I think I'm mixing up games.
Can I use detect magic on it?
Yeah, everything on this table is definitely magic.
Okay.
Ooh. Defo magical. Let's see.
What's the ring do, Yaka?
Yaka no know what ring do, found on person.
I imagine most of this was found on person, huh?
But they still had their ring finger or their pinky, whatever.
No, person, only person. Person where over there. Person fish over there. Person dog over there.
Oh, you mean where is or no person? What was that? Okay, what is?
Yaka will point at Skull. You person weird. And then he will point at Satsu. You person slut. And then they'll point at Dave. You person, empty.
enough.
That's really mean. I
mean-
fully accept my title.
This is art masking reality or imitating reality. You sure got that right, sister or brother, or whatever, Yaka.
Yaka have very keen eye, can tell.
Okay, so did person still have all of their fingers before you did stuff to them?
Yaka no pay attention to insufficient things like that. Person gone now. Person big
Oh,
take.
actually, question further. What were they wearing this ring?
Does it matter?
I'm trying to figure out if this is a ring of something that removes your fingers or something. I don't know.
Person just wear a ring. Yaka no pay attention to anything beyond.
Okay. So if they had their finger, then that was probably okay.
Yaka assume magic put over with magic spicy things. Person
You are
wear
correct,
big robe.
Yaka. Okay. So
Probably trip and fall on own face.
yeah, probably tripped because he died.
You can always buy it and we can identify it later.
I'm not super. I mean, I guess I kind of. It could boost magical properties, something of that nature.
What else do you have?
Let's see. The last thing that he has is. Let's see here. Ah, yes. Yaka has on display a strange, tessellated piece of black metal. It almost looks like a piece of armor. And if you try to cast Detect Magic on it, it just kind of bounces off of it like it's invisible.
Ooh, magic armor, specifically armor that is wards against magic.
Okay, well, I will gather these items, 10 potats, pickles, and frilly clothing chest, and inquire about the price.
Yaka will look over the things and muse for a moment. Yaka already giving half off for potat, cannot offer new customer discount. You can have for 80.
80
what?
total?
80 Thor.
Ah,
Okay. Would you have change for a tungsten?
Yes, Yaka has many change.
Okay, then I'll give him 1 tungsten.
junk.
Alright, I will give you your change back. And Skull, what are
got
you getting?
2 Sumerian. Okay.
Not sure. I'll ask how much, like, the stuff is. Like, I guess I'll ask how much the ring is, how much the staff is, how much that tessellated metal is. Is it, like, a chest plate, or is it, like, just a chunk of metal?
It's like a chunk of some larger structure. It's very flat on one side, and it looks almost like it's got pieces of wood and rivets.
Oh, so it was part of a government structure. or something.
I like how you jump to government.
Well, some sort of building made by someone with money, assumed government because they have a lot of money and wanted to protect something.
Sure.
But I guess it could
totally
also be a
wasn't made
noble.
by accident.
I will ask how much that is too, because I want to either study it or make something out of it.
Yaka no know what is. Give modest price of 500 Thor.
How much is that in FM?
If you scroll up, I have posted the currency recently.
They did.
Oh, have you?
Hmm. That's a little ways
Oh.
up on the 24th.
Okay. Could somebody just pin this, please?
Nah.
No.
It's in the rules.
What?
It's not hard to find. It's literally the same section as your character.
So you said how much thorium? 800?
500.
500? So it's a thulium. Is that how you pronounce that?
They're all actual elements. You shouldn't have a hard time pronouncing them. But yeah, it's thulium.
I was just wondering because not everything in English is pronounced how it's spelled.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I enjoyed a fantastic Bologna sandwich earlier today.
Talked about a
I am, in
Bologna
fact,
sandwich today at work.
Yeah.
I am the Bologna Colonial.
I used my knife to cut
The
it in
colonial.
half.
All right, Mr. Petch.
I fucking love the pit.
That's literally how they talk.
Okay.
The pets are fun, but I had to write out their sentences before I said them so that I was saying things correctly.
So I found out what the tessellated metal's about. What about the ring and the staff? The
Okay.
Ash, F it'll ask that too.
So the ring, they'll sell it to you for 5 thorium. They don't know what it does either. The staff, the only reason they know it's magic is because when they picked it up, it shot off a bolt of fire. So they'll
Ooh.
sell it to you for 25.
Mm-hmm.
I like this town.
I like this. What
I like
remains of
goblins.
the town.
I like goblins in this universe.
There's on beats Silver City, wherever the hell we were.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
Wow.
Coke, that'll be 15 silver. Okay.
What?
That would be
Culture.
$48 million.
Yeah.
Cash or credit?
Okay, I can afford that.
Don't you just love culture, you guys?
No.
No. Yeah. So you were talking about something. What about the potash?
the potash they'll give to you for 2 thorium.
How much of it is there?
About a liter.
Peter Cola.
Okay. So there's 800 and then 25, and the ring was 5, you said?
Yep.
Okay, so 830, no, 530.
530.
Why do I keep thinking 800?
If you want to pay 800 full price for it, then sure.
I'm
They're
not
already
going
giving
to.
you a discount.
Okay, so 530 plus something else. It was it 2
Okay.
thorium?
Write it down this time. 500, 2, and what else?
No, I got 530 already. I was wondering what the potash.
Potash was 2.
I thought so. I just wanted to confirm that I was. Okay, so it'd be 532 if I wanted to get everything listed.
Let's move it along.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's all of the things that Skull was buying. Dave, did you want to buy anything?
As long as Satsu can part with some of those either nylons or pantyhose, I think I should be good.
Alright, let's move on. You guys have bought the things
Okay.
you want, you've transferred the money, they've given you your change back, and they told you to get out.
You go
So,
now.
I got changed for a platinum. What did they give me? Thorium?
They would have given you exact change in the fewest number of coins.
Okay. I'm gonna have to figure out what that would be a little bit later. I guess I can do it. Either way, I'm gonna go ahead and hand the staff and... Or actually, I'll wait until we go somewhere that isn't here, and then I'll try to get Satsu to identify.
So where would we like to start making this ice cream?
What are your fire making capabilities? Like, do you need wood or anything like that, or can you just poof, there's fire?
I mean, I can poof there's fire.
I suppose we can do this in the room. It's nothing really too dangerous as long as you can contain the fire and the cold.
I might have to,
We
well,
need water.
and Laird. I mean, hi.
You ever see a car crash happening in slow motion and just don't even try to stop it?
Is that what you're calling me and my magic abilities?
So,
But no,
question.
I would like to get some wood so we can actually just make a fire rather than me trying to hold the magic for that long. That might hurt for a while.
Yeah. Does the room have like a fireplace, or
I mean, yeah,
Should we
there's
do
gonna
this
be a
outside?
main fireplace in the, common area.
That, or we could, head out to the woods area and
I think that'd be
just-
best.
just kind of make a campfire.
That'll work.
So for the tessellated metal, how big is it? Like, how much of it is there?
I'm glad you decided to ask that now.
Well, I didn't really care. I just wanted it.
Yeah, okay, so this thing is about 5 feet long and about
Oh, wow.
3 feet tall.
So it's like a metal beam.
It's like a plate.
Okay. So it's also thin.
I wouldn't call it thin, it's about 2 inches thick.
Okay. So it's like a thick. Okay. So it's 5 by 3, you said?
Yeah.
5 by 3 feet. 2 inches.
Surprised Satsu
Sick.
hasn't said anything about it yet.
Okay. I might make a shield.
Are you
out of it.
fucking... Wait.
Well, not currently, but I could be later.
You guys.
That's a good positive attitude we have there. I mean, yeah, absolutely.
I'm good.
They asked me a question, I answered.
I refer
Touche.
to the car crash.
I'm gonna reach into my bag and knock.
Alright. You feel your hand against metal.
Yeah. Where did you say you got this, Yaka?
Strange big thing crash in middle of forest. Yaka bring here, make excellent sled, pull many thing.
I did miss Yaka.
I will hand it to Satsu. Does it feel familiar? Assuming I can eat.
Do I recognize this as tungsten?
It is definitely not tungsten. It is a black hue.
It's
Interesting.
black, huh? Okay.
because it's strangely the dimensions of my footlocker minus the 2 inches compared to 2 feet.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's like flat on all sides, right? Like this is what the intent. It's not
There's
like torn
a
off.
single flat surface on this thing.
Wait,
Oh,
why did you say why I haven't said anything yet?
Were you here for this stealth event? I thought you were.
No,
No.
No, were they not?
no.
Who am I thinking of that joined us only for the stealth event?
I want to say Titus or somebody.
Yeah,
Only
it,
that.
it probably was Kitus.
okay.
Dude, you had me looking at my character sheet and seeing 5x3x2 footlocker made of tungsten and got me in a panic. Okay, that's why I thought you were referencing me, okay?
Okay, that was my mistake. I thought
No, this was the first victim of Shadow's ass.
no, this was the
The
third.
second? Oh yeah, the third.
Yeah.
And the world was the fourth.
Wait, what?
Yeah, so the first one was made out of like regular wood. The next one had like some metal fittings and stuff in it, and it was, a little bit bigger. And the third one, somebody, I thought for sure it was Satsu, cast wild magic, and it ended up making a stealth bus.
Hold up.
Yeah.
Maybe. I think I do remember this.
I thought so. It was like the only one that actually had a motor, and you were the only one that was able to drive like, trucks and stuff.
Yeah, and I was like, "Yep, I get to try this now." And I remember Shadow would like sit up with me, and
Yeah. I knew
Fuck,
it
I
wasn't
do-
going
okay.
crazy.
And
One
this
gold,
is
one business.
this is the bus.
It's a side panel of the bus.
Okay, now I mean, this was like what 3 years ago at this point.
Mhm.
So, okay. Yako, where was this forest? You say?
Too heavy, Yaka dragged too far. Over that way somewheres.
Okay. We're gonna hold on to this skull
Okay.
because this could be useful if we can find the rest of it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but there was the remnants of it that also got stolen by the German.
I don't remember that part.
It was
To
the
make
German that
the-
sold you a bunch of sex toys that he used to make a robot with.
Yeah.
Oh, from
Yeah.
that's right. From the mercenary crew. Yeah. Yeah.
The Deep Rock crew.
That's where I got a lot of my money before the time skip that I spent a lot of. And a lot of my toys.
Yeah, I like how you were buying those from him, and all the while Maximilian was concerned because that silicone was technically meant to replace his skin so people didn't freak out.
Casually has a fucking, what was it, like a 5-foot long mechanical. Yeah, we'll just leave it there.
Yeah, you
And you-
casually burn through like 20 gallons of silicone.
And it's all sitting in my locker that you had me panicking about just now.
Yeah.
How the hell do you fit Zwei in there? 'Cause that's an enormous dual dragon dong.
I mean, that is in there too.
Yeah, 5 foot long. Satsu's only like, what are you, like 5 foot something? 4 foot something?
I'm barely 5 feet. Yeah. I mean, it was a. I did get this digestive tract for a reason.
Yeah.
Okay. I will. We'll do some experiments with this. I might reimburse you later, Skull. We're good. We're good. We're good. Forest.
Alright. Forest time. Do you guys...
On the way out, grab some water.
Oh yeah, sure, they're handing out fresh water currently, so yeah, you guys can get plenty of that.
I am
Is-
absolutely going to take
Is
a
Lara's
long
water
sleep.
safe to drink?
It's fucking cold. You'll have to let it sit for a
Well,
while, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Or you can boil it.
Leara's water is currently at the temperature where if you pour it in a cup and then set the cup down too hard, it freezes.
Well, that sounds fun. Slash somebody in the face with that. That would be funny.
It would
Mm.
literally freeze before it got to their face.
And then just smash into their
It would
face.
just fucking hit them like a brick.
I told you it would be funny.
It's like when the kids go outside and they like throw the water out of the mug and it freezes midair, except it just becomes a block.
Just take somebody out at the knee.
Okay.
At least she's not the temperature where spit goes clink yet.
Yet. I'll when we get to the woods, I'll explain to them about the stealth bus that I used to drive around because I was the only one who knew how to drive a stick shift.
Ooh,
You can regale
that
them
sounds
with
better than a carriage to me.
the stories of Shadow not actively working against you guys.
But
Well,
I am
on
good boy.
purpose.
Okay. Well then, for now, I'll have Lara pour some of her water into the pot so it can start cooling off or warming up.
Yeah. Yeah, it's colder. Fucking pot starts getting frost on the outside from the ambient humidity.
Okay. I would like to find some firewood.
Sure, give me a perception check. There's a
Yeah.
lot of it on the ground right now.
I know. 57.
57. Alright. Let's roll some dice.
You cause super syphilades to exist because that's how this game works.
Alright. Do you have any bonuses for that?
I don't believe so. Unless we're not doing the failure system, so
Yeah, we're just running raw rule sets currently. So, okay. That would be
no.
a fail. You know, all the sticks everywhere, you pick one up and it's like, you know, it's either soaked from the rains overnight or, you know, it just falls apart in your hands. It's just way too punky to actually be useful. Sticks everywhere, not a single one that's going to be useful.
I'm gonna look at a tree. You testing me?
Freaking tree looks back in spite without its
I'll
eyeballs.
flex my claws.
The
Oh,
tree does
well,
its
well,
best
Satsu is-
intimidation attempt by rubbing against another tree and squeaking.
While Satu's having her flex against this tree, can I look for some firewood too?
Sure.
Hey, we had
That's not
some.
much. That's not much better.
could be.
I start flexing on the tree too. So the 24.
I was gonna say, can I help?
Oh god, you got an even worse roll. Okay,
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Sure, you can try perceiving as well.
I was trying to say that before he mentioned the thing, but he mentioned it immediately. But so I'll just do it separate too. I got 59.
That's also a fail. All three of you.
Yeah, I didn't expect it to
You're looking
succeed.
around. I'm surprised I rolled that high. You're all looking around for, you know, any sort of actually useful tendering. You know, one of you's trying to pick at the monkey fur from the palm trees. You know, it's all just soaked or full of termites or something. Another one of you's like actively snapping branches off of trees, but like, you know, you open it up and it's just like hollow or like all covered in moss. You try
I'll take
picking
an
at-
effing termite block. I'll do that.
You don't want to pick up termites.
Oh, I'm not gonna pick it up with my hands. I'll like I'll like what will I do?
Alright, I guess I'll roll initiative then. Let's see, initiative counter 500.
I'm not going to, as I say, I'm not going to touch it physically. I'm gonna probably push it along with maybe like a wet stick, something.
We want to get eaten.
If it
By termites?
if it starts crying termites, then I
Yes,
will
yeah.
drop it and run.
Yes, it actually does that.
I'm
Okay.
staying way clear of this because, flesh.
You may be a puppet, but you're not that kind of puppet.
Yeah, right.
Okay,
yeah,
so
picking up a termite stick is a bad idea.
that's sad.
'Cause
Let's just light it on fire where it is.
So let's
So
see,
no
Skull is poking a termite mound. Satsu is trying to intimidate a tree, and Dave is flexing.
I'm just
Trying to help
Get-
Satsu
get-
intimidate a tree.
It's Satsu's back. Like, yeah, you don't want none of this.
Freaking Satsu's got like bladed fingers, and then like Dave's doing like that one poster from
Oh,
like
I was about to just chop off a branch.
It's just being their hype man in the background. Sure, yes, give me an attack roll.
Mm,
5.
I mean, I rolled a 4 plus. Do you want me to add all my bonuses?
4 actually would not be enough on its own, so yeah, with all those bonuses is what you would need to get through.
Yeah.
So
Uh,
you cut off a live branch. Still,
Which-
Woo!
I do know it's not great for firewood, a live branch.
it's not the best.
It'll be
thing in the
smoky,
world,
but it will work.
It'll burn.
Okay.
This. Never mind.
I was gonna say best way to set up a fire, and I'll start, kind of breaking the branch into pieces.
Mm-hmm.
Upside down.
TP.
Daily and nightly.
Okay.
I'll admit that was a bit of an odd point of the song for the reference, but
Just a bit. So Satsu starts setting up a fire. What's everyone else doing? That's like a 5 to 15 minute job, depending on how fancy they're gonna get with it.
Peeling taters and then shredding them in one of our pots.
Fair enough.
Just prepping everything.
I swear I had something that I wanted when there was time. Can't do that without. Without causing a catastrophe. Nah. I got nothing. Actually, I'm gonna check the jug of blood. Is it crystallized?
Yeah.
I figured. Okay. I need to test if it still works. So I'm gonna, despite my better judgment, I'm gonna take like the cork lid, right? I assume some of it's gonna be stuck to the bottom, right?
Yep.
I'm gonna touch it very gently.
Alright, which creature's blood was this? Was this the lion thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Go ahead and roll me. What's the check called?
It was
Smarts.
Okay. It was 89 was the difficulty. If it's I fail 29.
Yeah, you feel like Satsu's gonna kill you again. You don't see anything this time, but you just got like this unnerved feeling in the back of your brain, like those Satsu's claws are pretty sharp, and the way that they're snapping those twigs is kind of menacing.
I'm gonna put the lid back on. Yeah, it still works. Sorry. Okay, so I had an idea of making a dust out of this, and then using that as some sort of an ingredient. Actually, that would make my effing hot ash useful, I suppose. Assuming that I can breathe through it. I'm not super familiar with how it works, but I assume it's somewhat similar to charcoal, and if it's not, I can always make activated charcoal instead. So, what the hell? Let's be honest. Okay. So, making this stuff. I could blow it into people's. Good chance of backblast. Does crystallized blood burn?
No.
No.
No. It's...
Okay. Does it melt?
It boils. It kind of turns into a sort of sticky, almost Marmite-like material.
Oh. Effing terror napalm.
It's still not flammable.
Well, the napalm part is that it probably wouldn't stop activating while you're still touching it.
You can still wash it off. It's not tar.
Okay, so it's not as bad as something really... It's not really sticky.
It's not the worst thing in the world to be covered in.
Well, I mean, this would pretty much be the worst thing ever to be covered in, especially if it was stickier.
Unless, should I tell you about the worst thing to be covered in?
Up to you.
Yeah.
The worst thing I have available to me. No, don't worry, I'll get them. I'll get there. Okay.
One day. Maybe in
One day.
a few years.
We'll see. So, if I turn this stuff into like a Marmite-ish stuff, and then, I mean, I could mix it with tar. I don't know if it would dilute the stuff. That's how this game works. It would dilute it somewhat, but it would also make it sticky, really sticky. Question though, how sticky is? What's up?
As if tar isn't sticky enough.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm talking about. It's the tar is the sticking.
So, what were you gonna ask?
Okay. How sticky is it? Like, if you were in combat at the time, right, and I threw this Marmite stuff on you without the tar, how hard would it be to get off?
I don't know if you've ever messed around with methyl cellulose at all, or Argara gum.
No.
Okay.
Is it
Because
is
that's
it
about-
anything like xanthonum gum?
No, it's stronger than that. Okay,
Okay.
imagine freshly chewed gum that's still wet. It's about that hard to remove.
So not super hard.
Yeah. Difference being it's not a long chain polymer, so if it gets in your hair, you can just wash it out. You don't have to cut it out.
Okay. Alright, well, I need to get some tar.
Uh, stab a tree, like literally.
Oh, I
Pine
guess I could use sap.
Pine trees make the best tar, but if you're just looking for something quick, you could mix that with the potassium carbonate salts in your potash, and there you go, I guess.
I'm not looking for something fast. I'm just thinking about different ways to basically be the alchemist of the party, shall we say. Fulfill my role.
Yeah, well,
I will note down a thing. That's tar.
let's see. What are
I've done my little thing for now. I'll come back to something. Or I'll help somebody else with something if they need it.
Okay, let's see. Low temperature coal oven tar is about 84% carbon, 8% hydrogen, 1% methylethylene, and I want to call that 20% phenol. So yeah, tar is mostly just carbon and stuff to stick the carbon together. So
You said that pine sap was really good too?
pine sap is really good because it's already pretty close to being tar. So if you heat it up and boil out the water, it turns black just like tar. It absorbs carbon just like tar. It is tar. It's about as close as you're gonna get without dredging up coal or burning fucking oils.
Okay.
So Satsu, you finished making the fire. What you gonna do now?
I'm gonna look to Dave to figure out the process for this.
Do you really want to go through the entire step of extracting the starch from potatoes and everything like that?
However you would describe it to somebody if you were in this situation.
Okay. So basically what we're doing is shredding the potatoes, putting them in one pot, covering them with warm water, right around 3 or 4 cups, then pouring it into the whatever filter we have, cheesecloth. We're doing that until the water runs clear, squeeze it out, and then we're pouring water, the starch water, after we let it sit for about 20 minutes. We're going to pour the starch water out slowly so it doesn't disrupt the settled starch at the bottom of the pan, or the bottom of the pot. Pour that out, and at the bottom we should have roughly quarter cup-ish of starch, I think. So we're just basically washing all the starch off the potatoes.
Sounds about right from that one time that I did it. It's so much easier just to get starch from the store.
100%, but we couldn't find any cornstarch.
Any potato starch. In this case. Cornstarch.
Sweeter,
This
anyway.
is the only thing. Yeah, I think this is the only option that we had, or else we would have done that easy part. But that's it, and then
Do we
basically
get
it's all
rock
the
salt?
of regular salt. I don't know if they had rock salt here. It will have to do.
It's the same.
Oh, it works fine?
All
Just
salt
okay.
is literally the same.
Just bigger
Well, I
chunks.
didn't know if the size of the crystals changed how...
about how much you put in. So yeah, then with the ice cream, heating up some milk with we got to juice this melon first. So get some watermelon juice, set that aside.
Can we save some of it to actually eat?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's probably only going to take half of the melon to get what we need.
Yeah.
Get some
I don't want-
Happy Satsu noises.
some of the goat's milk and a little bit of the starch. Mix that up, set that aside, and then put the milk, honey, and actually no, I'm gonna burn off the alcohol in the rum first.
Hungry philo noises.
After we burn that off, mix everything.
I will get
After you
Philo.
burn it off, cool.
Or sorry. Yes. You fucking asshole. Sorry, continue.
I was just saying, we just burn everything, burn off the alcohol in the rum, let that cool so it doesn't denature anything.
Right.
Mix the milk, honey, and salt all together, heat it up for a little bit, then add the milk and starch, heat that up for a little bit, then add the juice, let that cool completely, and then in one pot, this is where, Satsu, you're going to have to control Liara's cold, which is basically going to like chill the pot enough while I mix the ice cream and fold it and actually get it cold enough to freeze. Probably, I mean, Skull, you might have to help me too, because I don't know how long I can actually turn this without getting fatigued. So about 20 minutes or so. It should.
Do we have a
pop up.
crank, or are we doing it manually?
They have a
has to be
spoon.
Yeah, we have a spoon, spatula adjacent spoon.
I suppose that is about the best you could get on short notice.
How
you
long
could
do
totally
we
make
have
it
to?
crank.
How long do we have to control the cold?
Constantly for that 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lair is sitting at -2. That's about the flash point, so if you're gonna have to keep them hovering a little above that, it's gonna take.
Well, that's gonna be annoying.
What would you say? An hour at 0 degrees?
Celsius?
Depends on. Yeah, well, it all depends on how the goat milk will hold with it. Probably half hour or so until it folds and then actually becomes solidified ice cream.
Let's see. Goat milk is slightly fattier, if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
So it should take a little less time than that.
Ooh, neat.
So
I wonder what though it tastes like.
Then I guess I will be hovering my hands.
yeah, okay. So it takes a little under a half hour once you've done, finished your prep for everything, got everything juiced, had your watermelon snack, and spent time folding it. It is the end of the day.
If Liara can keep that cold, so we get back to the manor and see how her.
No, actually, we can't go yet.
No, I was saying we need to keep it cold until we get there.
Oh, okay. So we need to keep it cold until. Okay.
So I will just kind of, I guess, have Liara make a little subset like under my shirt to hold it.
Pregnant Satsu.
I was meaning the back, but okay. Hunchback Satsu.
Hunchback Satsu. So I will ask Satsu. Do you have a match? I need it for alchemical purposes.
I do not.
Yes. And I will actually explain what I wanted to do with the jug of blood. Just be like, but that'll be for another time.
Okay.
I did want to get some time. Or something like it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Okay.
You do realize what I'm going for here, right?
Nope.
Okay. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to put it in your memory as something for something else, but I'm also trying to ask you for one right now so that I can burn the thing. This is out of character. I can say this.
Okay.
So like if they do use like mind reading magic, then this is the thing that like the closest thing they'll get, and it's not for the thing that
Right.
they might think, you know.
I mean,
No,
anything
if you
you're
say-
working on, I'm literally tuning out.
Okay.
If you say thing enough times, I'm sure whatever divination mage that's trying to figure out what you're doing will just give up. I tried searching for the word thing and it came up about 500 times. I'm not scrolling through all that.
But I don't have a match. I can create some fire.
You
Yeah.
can summon some fire or
Yeah.
drag some
that-
sparks up out of the fire pit and make it bigger.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there is fire right there.
Yeah, you can't make fire.
I
You
can't-
need creation magic for that.
You know what I
I don't-
mean.
I don't have the necessary ingredients for what I wanted to do at the moment, so I couldn't do it right now. But so like I wanted to have something for when I needed it. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So tomorrow.
Or
I'm tired.
later, maybe. Who knows?
I mean, yeah. Okay. Let's start heading back though. Unless we need something else here.
Heading back where?
That's what I can think of.
To the inn.
To sleep. I wasn't sure.
Yeah. That's generally what happens when it gets dark. Trust me, we don't want to be out here.
We not out here.
So
Alrighty.
we will head back into town. And
Alright.
to the room.
Yeah. So we're gonna sleep.
Is Shadow dying?
Alright.
Is Shadow dying? Let's find out what's going on with the much faster session over there.
I am actually also gonna try to contact nobody sometime during the night if I.
Okay.
But that can wait.
So, Shadow, you've been traveling, and you know, it wasn't the dogs that found you, it was a divination mage that tried to toss a net over you. And that, from the looks of it, that was a pretty painful net to get trapped in. You're glad it only caught the tip of your tail.
What does Shadow look like?
Alien.
So I can like envision.
Shadow?
Yeah.
Well, I would assume right now he's got a. If he hasn't stopped traveling, he's probably limping through the woods or somewhere with a tourniquet around his leg. He's got the diamond armor, about 6'4". You'd only be able to see his head, maybe, but he's got pearl white skin with crimson bands on it. He's got a 6 foot long tail.
Jeez,
What?
that's a long ass tail.
Yeah, and it's got a curved blade-like end on it. It's got spikes on the top of it.
Dude, it's like about as long as you are tall.
I know. You ever seen a xenomorph?
No. Well,
Alien.
not in person, definitely not. But I guess
Have you seen
yeah.
the Alien movies?
I have not seen the Alien movies, but I have seen people with photo whatevers of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I understand more or less what they are. Actually, where's the tail attached to or from? Is it like your butt or like your head, neck?
No, it's above his butt, like almost all the way down his back. It's like down on the lower.
Okay, so it's about Cat's position.
Yeah.
The position tails are usually in, yes.
I thought that xenomorphs had them higher up. That's why I asked.
He's not a complete xenomorph.
Yeah, no, I didn't think so. I just wanted to ask because you were using that as a.
Let him travel.
Well, yeah. They wanted to know what was up because they
He's described
mentioned a bunch of
himself
honest-
He's described himself like 3 times in the campaign so far. Twice to me.
Well, yeah.
It's I don't mind describing myself.
Okay. Well, I think that's about the questions I had.
Okay.
So, Shadow,
Yes.
you're still getting chased.
I guess the nettle didn't do well at throwing off the scent enough.
It threw off the dogs, but the divination mage who found you through magic found you with
Ah.
magic.
Shit. Yeah. So is the divination mage the one chasing me, or is he somewhere else?
Yeah, they just threw a net at you, and, like I described, it looked
Oh.
pretty painful to get caught up in, and you're happy it was only the tip of your tail that got it.
Yeah. So what's the net made of?
Rose bush vines, it looks like.
Ugh.
Ooh.
So definitely cutting the net off, and I know if they're close enough within netting range, I know that there's not going to be a high likelihood of me running. And we're a decent ways away from the city, aren't we?
Yeah, you're a decent distance away.
Alright, so how many are chasing me?
About 5 folks are running after you.
Okay. Can't run fast with cut open leg. I don't really want to fight them because they're not the primary concern, I should say. But at the same time, I can't have them follow me to my contact.
Right.
Well, I guess I'm gonna have to fight. Unless I can get a shot off on the divination mage if he's there.
The
Or is he not
divination would be closest, yeah.
Well, I'm gonna have to go for the divination mage then. Yeah. So, if it's possible, I'm gonna fight these guys, not kill them, because I wasn't hired to kill these people, but I definitely want to at least incapacitate the divination mage. So, where's my sheet? Here it is. Gonna have to go into adrenaline state using hyper attacker to fight these guys with this leg. So, and the tourniquet should mitigate a lot of the bleeding.
Fair enough, I'll give you adrenaline state for this situation.
So, how far away would you say the divination mage is from me?
About 45 feet.
45 feet?
Yep. They are... Let's check my terrain here. 2 foot higher in elevation from you, behind a medium-sized bush, there is an oak tree to your right periphery that is blocking your vision of the others who are approaching. The only one you have a clear line of sight on is the Divination Mage, who is charging straight towards you this round.
Okay, well, for this round, definitely gonna use the bow.
Alright.
This nice Mongolian bow. Alright, where's my dice? And you said he's running, yeah?
Yep.
Like he's actually okay. Cool. So how many do I need? D10. Right here. And I am going, since he's running, I'm gonna use Crippling Strike
Got it.
on him. So that's, yep. So that's number 2. That's gonna take 20 XP. Do I have any extra for range? Do I need to make the attack first and then add up damage, or just go ahead and do it?
Roll, then add modifiers.
Okay. Let me turn the light on. Up. Okay, here we go. Light. Dice go here. Okay, that is a 9.
Noted. Continue.
Okay, so then scroll up. Okay, so I got a +5 AT with weapons that are or launch projectiles. They see me, so that's not going to do anything. And proficient in ranged weapons. So, what would that add up to be? 9 plus. Excuse me. So, do I add the 5 onto the 9 or no?
Yes, these all extend the
Okay.
dice.
So it's 14. So plus 10 AT with Crippling Strike, and they receive the tripping status. So there'll be 24 total.
Alright. The dice roll for defense means that they're only going to take that much damage, and they tumble, which means I'm going to have to take their speed and convert that into feet and abrasion. Alright, that much rubbing damage. Alright. The next group uses their movement to get up closer. One of them runs over to the Divination Mage. The other 3 set up and start digging into their pockets for something. Your turn.
Okay, well, I can't. You said I can't see the other 3, right?
You can now
Because-
see them.
Okay, I can now see them. So since I'm going to see them digging in their pockets, I'm going to quickly knock another arrow, and I'm going to shoot it. I'm going to fire at their hands one of their hands while they're digging in their pockets. Maybe pin their hands in their pocket. Hopefully, that'd be funny.
Alright.
Alright.
Go ahead and roll your attack.
All right, rolling attack. Let me move my mouse pad. I like to hear the click clacks. That is a 10. Plus Okay, so I'm not using crippling strike on this one. So it's 10 plus. Where's 15.
Alright. Yeah. My nose just started bleeding. That's annoying.
Hail Satan.
Shut.
Anyways. Still doing all this math.
Of it.
I'm gonna stand up for a minute.
Okay, you don't need my permission for that.
Somebody can.
Alright, that's gonna do that much damage. Okay, so your arrow sails through the air and
Mhm.
pins their hand against their leg, and they
Aye.
scream out. The other two manage to get the thing out of their pockets that they were fumbling for and throw it into the air underhand. The other one throws it overhand. And these objects begin emitting beams of light, almost like lasers, and spinning in place after sailing through the air a short distance.
Mhm.
The divination mage has been brought back up to his feet, and he extends a hand out towards you, pointing with their ring finger.
Mhm.
This finger has a ring on it.
I see.
Your turn.
My turn. Okay, so immediately gonna turn my attention back to the divination mage and launching another arrow at him.
Yeah?
Yeah. But I'm gonna. Well, first, I'm gonna move away from those things with the light swirling around them.
Alright.
I'm gonna.
Roll speed.
Okay. This one, it's gonna be that's a 100, yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so I got something for this. I know. I've got swift feet. I got at level 10, so I got a plus 50 to my speed check.
Don't forget your movement speed is doubled because of adrenaline.
Oh yeah, yes, it is also doubled. Okay, so that's gonna be a. Okay, so do I add the plus 10 and then double it?
Yeah.
Okay. So let me get the calculator.
So that's 300. If you got a 100.
No, I did not get a 100.
Yeah.
61 plus 10 times 2, 142.
Alright. Minus 17 is your final distance.
Alright, minus 17, 125.
Yep. And what's your next action?
Going to launch another arrow at the divination mage because I don't like the way he's pointing at me with that ring.
Pointing is rude, you know.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so rolling dice. That is a 6 plus. Where is it? 5, 6. 11.
Alright, so what's that damage total?
11.
11, okay. So your arrow sails towards them, and it kind of hits an invisible barrier between you and them, and kind of dissolves from arrow tip to flat. What are they called?
Knock.
The knock, yep. I was gonna call it the flat for some reason.
Yeah.
And let's see. So 11 plus 11 plus 11 plus 11. That's 44 damage from the reversal, and then they get their turn. On the same action as a reaction, the two individuals that had tossed the orbs cast bolts of lightning towards you. It's an interesting element to go with.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, the one on the left is carrying a load of 15 damage by itself, and the one on the right is only carrying a damage value of 6. So, now I need a calculator because I've run out of head RAM. 11 plus 15 plus 6. Okay. The one that was
32.
Yep, 32. The one that was helping the divination mage gets up and tosses an orb, and that's going to be their turn. The divination mage themselves jerks their hand back, well, their whole arm realistically, and a stone pillar emerges from the ground, hitting you in the small of the back, right above the hips. You know, your center of gravity.
Oh, fuck.
And let's see, that's only a intensity 5, so that's 5d10.
Oh, this is gonna hurt. Wait, I don't roll defense or anything?
Yeah, you'll get a defense. This is just all happening on
Okay.
the same turn
Okay.
instead of on the
Okay.
same round. Okay, that's a... Wow, only a 12. Lucky shot. Okay, and that was the reaction phase. Now they get their movements and attacks. Let's see. That's gonna be an additional lightning bolt from each of them because they're gonna maintain the spell. So that's another 10 and a 5 apparently. And then that one's gonna start casting for only 3 lightning damage apparently. I guess they're still steadying themselves.
Uh-huh.
And the
Probably
divination...
haven't really had anybody give him this much trouble.
Well, you are outnumbered, and they... Your mistake was stopping.
Yeah.
Okay, the divination mage is... Okay, you are able to cast magic, so go ahead and give me a... it's not called Force of Will anymore, what's it called?
Was it not?
It,
Oh, it was Force Will.
it is currently not called Force of Will Battle anymore because we were going to use Force of Will for martial talents and willpower pool, but we're still working on that, so it's kind of up in the air at the moment. And Les came up with a great name for it if I could suss out where it's actually at.
Spice up, what you call it?
Oh, sorry. My brain's currently shut off. What?
Sorry, I'm using all the brain. What did we call Force
Yeah.
of Will?
Oh, determination.
Terminate.
I think. No. Wait. What was it? Oh shit. Hold on.
Willpower, tenacity, magic, combat.
I look at my notes. I was typing out runes because I figured. Was it resolve?
Obstinance. That's what
Obstinate.
I was looking in the wrong spot.
Oh my god.
What do I need to roll to make an obstinance roll?
Yeah, it's the same as before. The rules haven't changed. We just changed the name.
Oh.
And I need to actually use the name in my vocabulary to start memorizing it.
And what do I roll for that?
Ideally only 3d100, but it could be as much as 9.
Just
Okay,
so you know, Dark, you're
so-
gonna get a list of runes in a minute.
Alright,
So, you want me to go ahead and make that roll, or are you still doing things?
yeah, one at a time.
Okay. First one. 69. Oh wait, no. Hold on.
Nice.
No. That dice was upside down. 99.
Nice.
Alright. That's definitely a win on your side. 2 more points to win.
Alright. Second dice. 73.
That is a second win. Next dice.
This one's a 69.
That is a fail.
You only get one.
Next dice.
Next
Come on,
dice.
please, contractually.
What is it? 100. 3 zeros is 100, isn't it?
That
Yeah.
beats out the 95. Damn, the Divination Mage really thought they'd catch you off guard by holding back till the end.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so that's gonna fizzle, which means the Divination Mage isn't able to cast magic for 3 rounds. Oof, rough.
Oh, it's gonna suck for him.
Yeah. But you are still taking 62 damage from direct attacks, minus your defense roll and your, armor and all that.
My DE is
Yeah, your
Or-
DE is your total defense.
184.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So yeah, that's just gonna block it all anyways. But you could just, avoid getting hit in the first place.
Well,
if
here
you
I'm
wanted.
gonna. Okay, I gotta roll my D12. So since I'm in adrenaline state and all that other stuff, I got a +5 to my D12,
Yeah.
and it's a 12.
All right.
17.
Your armor does not, in fact, lose 2 points to its value because there were 2 crits in there.
Ooh, fuck.
Yeah, that's why it's important to dodge, even if you can, tank the damage. Because
Yeah. I can just imagine, like, when Shadow gets hit, he, like, catches himself and just, like, does some flip or some shit to dodge all the lightning.
gets hit by the stone behind him. Haha, that's what I wanted, you fools!
It's all part of Eisen's plan.
Yep.
Alright, it's your turn. You're
Alright,
very
so-
heavily outnumbered currently, and they
Mhm.
have advanced tactics.
Yeah, I see that. So what Shadow's going to do, it's a what, 5v1?
It is currently 5v1.
I don't know why you wouldn't start your circuit with Behu. You always start with Behu because it brings success and stability.
What?
Oh, nothing. I'm just looking at a circuit that I told somebody about the runes and how they work, and
I was-
they mean,
I was about to
Why are they
I
starting
was
with
about to s-
Behu?
You start with Behu because Behu's for success.
Yeah, but it could go
Was-
anywhere though. Why start with it?
Because if you start with Behu and then you put Gebo right there, it'll pull it to Gebo and send it the way you want because that's a
Oh.
relationship and exchange increase.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
So, seeing that he is outnumbered, and, he just barely dodged those last attacks, he's
Okay.
going to take one last shot at the Divination Mage, and then he's gonna book it. And I mean,
Not allowed.
it.
We're playing raw.
no?
Move and then attack.
Oh, so movement, then attack.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
tomorrow's campaign.
Okay. Damn. Okay.
Ah,
Yeah, no cheap shots here.
No cheap shots. Gotcha. So Shadow's gonna. He's gonna grab like a little, hopefully like a distraction from his bag, like a little rock. He's not getting the item that he needs. Fuck that. No, he worked too damn hard to get that. He's
Alright,
gonna.
let's see here. You would have picked up a almost pineapple-shaped stone of some sort. It has a crude metal rod through the middle of it.
Does it have like a little metal thing that curves around the top and a ring on the side of it?
No, it just has a metal rod through the middle that's been like bent over a little bit so that it doesn't like fall through completely. It would take a focused effort to pull it out, and you're not sure what happens if you were to do that.
Well, now is the I guess now's the time to see what happens.
Yay!
Woo!
I'm glad.
Alright,
What?
so you start running and you pull the rod out of the stone and presumably chuck it like it's a grenade.
Yes.
Alright. Right at the end of your turn, because remember, turns are 6 seconds, and if you're halfway through it, that's 3 seconds left, and this thing's got a 2-second timer.
Oh,
Yeah. It's like, pull.
just and I'm chucking it at the divination mage, by the way.
Right, of course. It pops kind of like, you know, the snappers that are like just twisted paper. You throw it at the ground and
Yeah.
there's a little crack.
And it goes.
Yeah, it go pop.
Yeah.
It pops like that, and then
Mhm.
you kind of get a shockwave pass through your person, and I don't know if you're looking back at it or like diving or anything. It doesn't really matter at this point, because you see all the little squares that were cut into the stone kind of flying out radially
Mhm.
with these wisps of energy kind of pulled in tight, like into a twisted cone from the edges of it, and these long, thin strings going back to the center. And you get caught up in this, and everybody gets sucked back together as all those plates snap back inwards. And you're pulled through a transportation spell, and that's not a fun experience on its own when it's just you by yourself. And now there's like 5 other assholes trying to squeeze through a hole the size of a marble.
Oh lord.
You're gonna pop out the other side -2 life points.
Oh fuck.
The others aren't around. You're not really sure where you are. The air is very dense here. You're on top of what looks like an inverted crater of some kind. And when I say inverted crater, I mean like, it's not a volcano, it's not a mountain. It's like if you took a crater impact and flipped it upside down.
So like a hill almost?
I wouldn't call it a hill either. The reason I'm describing it that way is that's kind of how it happened.
Just what the fuck was that?
Let's see. Okay, your audio is starting to come back, and there's a low, rumbling, gurgling sound like lava dripping.
Uh-huh.
And looking behind yourself, there's a stegosaurus made of lava, like 20 feet away.
Nope. Not having any of this. Nope. Do not like this.
Alright, well, there's a huge stone wall in the distance. You can see like this crag that runs up the side of it, and you know, you could probably squeeze yourself into there. It looks awful dark. And, you know, as your vision is starting to become a little more clear after that experience, you're noticing that a lot of the plants are kind of bioluminescent or glowing in some way.
First question.
Uh-huh.
Shadow's just talking out loud. First question. Where the fuck am I? Just kind of observing the surroundings.
That's an excellent question. You can ask that question as you're running away from 30 liters of lava.
Oh yeah, no, definitely running.
Or, sorry, not liters, gallons.
30 gallons of lava, what the fuck? Yeah, running. Do I need to do a speed roll?
No, I'll
Okay.
I'll just give you like double adrenaline for that. You got enough speed.
Okay. It's like lava.
Just from one bad situation to arguably a worse one. Alright, so you make your way over to the crag in the stone wall, and there's before you enter into the darkness, there's just something that strikes you as off about it. Because
What's that?
none of the plants around it, close to where the shadows creep out into, the light world, are
Mhm.
looking too good. They got like holes in them, and like they almost look like they're turning to sand on the side towards the darkness.
Not sure how I like this.
Go ahead and give me a smarts check.
$83.
Alright, yeah, let me use this dice, just in case. Okay. Yeah, both dice agree. And then it hits you. You've been here before.
I have?
This is underground, in Italy.
Why am I in Italy?
When the sun seems. Sorry.
It's amore.
And
That's
then you
the
look
motive.
up, and there's this huge purple sphere in the sky, like a dark sun that kind of pulsates regularly and slowly.
What is that? I don't. What? I don't know what's going on, man. Shit's exploding. Being chased by lava dinosaurs.
Well, you can at least remember that going into the darkness without a light source equals death.
Yeah. So, grabbing up a bunch of bio plants.
Mhm.
Please don't tell me they fizzle out when I pick them up.
They don't immediately fizzle out, but you can see them, like, sort of doing that pollen thing where, like, they're slowly drifting away bit by bit.
Oh, shit. Okay. Do I happen to have a torch or something in my bag? Because I don't know what I have in my bag. I didn't know I had that in my bag.
Let's roll for it. Let's see if you had the forethought to roll for torch. Give me 4d100.
4D100s?
Yep, add the result together, subtract by 4.
Okay. Let me bring up a calculator real quick. Not calendar, calculator.
Satsu, are you enjoying this, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you need to, you can just use any dice. Very quick.
That's no fun. We like rolling.
You having fun?
Just needs a die.
I greatly appreciate the help.
I'm sorry,
You said-
missed what you said there, Dark.
I was just
Sorry.
asking if you were also enjoying the show.
Absolutely. Like
said
he
four.
wrote in chat, it's something like to look forward to in combat.
What?
I like watching Shadow struggle.
Fuck, these are long circuits.
The last one's a 50.
Oh,
Holy
I like
shit,
long
said-
circuits.
The 7 rings alone have 1, 2, 3.
Okay,
Four.
total for all 4D100s minus 4 is 231.
Alright, 231. Let's see what item you got.
16. There are 16 circuits on just the rings alone.
Nice.
What?
What are you talking about?
Oh, this is the complicated part of it, but this is for a character that's currently in the world. I have to give them the information so they, whenever he uses it's the reason they're so strong.
Yeah. You remember to tell them that every ring level is essentially a level of magic.
Oh, yeah. He's...
Okay.
Yeah. Yep, every ring level is a level of magic, and he's got 7 fucking rings. Not to mention that when you add Raidho on there in conjunction in the right order, you can also get an artificial level, but that's its own thing.
That is kind of its own thing. That's introducing a lot more instability.
Yep, and that's why these circuits are so long, because you've got like Sawillo, Feihu, Hagalaz, and Nathus. You've got all the runes that are meant for spike here, slow down, spike here, slow down. Plus, it's a silver gold alloy, so it's meant for high resistance.
So
high
wait,
conductance.
is this what game is this?
This game.
Conjured.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
I wasn't sure if you were talking about Elden Ring. I don't know their magic system.
No. Elden Ring wishes its magic system was this complex.
Yeah, no,
I
it's
don't
usually-
think it does actually. Otherwise, they would have done it.
No.
Nah, like I don't think I'm not aware of any double and above A game studio that has implemented an actual circuit designer in their game as a mechanic.
That honestly sounds like a lot of fun.
It sounds like a lot of fun until you learn about mechatronics and try to design a circuit and ask yourself why it's not working, just like any computer designer working on a code block.
So what again?
It still sounds like fun.
Yeah, okay. So, Shadow, for a light source, you have a small, it almost looks like a multi-tool, but you can't, like, fold it open. And it's got, it almost looks like a tiny flashlight on the end of it, but it's punctured with holes all around the tube. And when you flick it up with a sharp motion, it ignites a little, striker on the inside. It's a little quartz striker, so you don't have to worry about, the flint wearing out. And it sets off a small flame through the tube that glows brighter as it comes towards the end and spits out a little 4-inch torch.
That's not gonna be enough. That's not gonna be enough. Fuck me. Ugh.
Here.
Huh?
Hmm?
Okay. Gonna have to make a makeshift torch somehow. Because how big is the flame?
Well, like I said, it's got a 4-inch torch spitting out at the
Oh,
end. If you
4
include the rest of the tube, it's like 3 or 4 more inches.
So a 4-inch little lighter flame.
Yeah, it's like a little torch lighter.
So,
It's
am
got-
I in any immediate danger?
You are currently not in danger.
Okay. So, gonna find a stick.
Lots of shticks around.
Gonna
Unlike
get
the
it
that's what I was
surface.
told.
Unlike the surface where it like rains and stuff and things decay, here it's pretty dry. Lots of sticks on
Okay.
the ground. A log
Gonna
over
find
there.
a good sized stick. About 3 foot long. 3-4 feet long.
Yeah, don't even have to roll for it.
Yep, okay.
Bullshit.
Now, I don't want to use a bunch of plants because plants burn out too quickly. Trying to think of a way to make a torch that will last long enough for me to get through this area. Because it took a good minute to get through this little area.
Yeah, it did.
Last I remembered.
So, a pitch/tar torch is only going to last about 15 minutes in the best conditions. You're going to probably want to make a bunch of them.
Yeah. So I can probably find that stuff around here, can't I?
Oh yeah,
Yes,
there's lots
so-
of
Okay.
bioavailable material here.
All right. Good. Making me a bunch of torches, and I mean a bunch of torches. We'll probably make like 20 torches. Maybe that'll be enough.
Alright. We'll find out how that goes next time.
Oh Lord. Uh, is there any way that I can find out what's in my bag before next time? Because I don't know what equipment I have to work with.
Yeah, I'll remind me on Telegram on Saturday.
Okay. Oh, thank you. Because
You,
I don't know
Telegram
what
has
I'm
this
working.
thing where you can set a message to get sent on a certain day at a certain time, so you can use
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. I'll be sure to do that. Because Meg has spammed me enough with the message, the timed message.
I sent on the entire "Hey, you're finally awake" thing.
Yeah.
All at once.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No.
No, actually, I
in
timed it to
bursts.
do it random. Yeah, every like couple minutes or every like 12 or 13 minutes at random. Just
I'd like to know why I'm in Italy again. When how far away from my objective am I from my contact?
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna make it to your contact in time.
Fuck. Where were we when I was doing the thing?
North Horn of South America.
South America.
eh.
Now I'm in Italy.
Closer to like, I don't know, southern middle America.
But my
I'm
point
on
is,
Monster Bridge.
oh, I am so fucked.
Hey, at least there's not an ocean in the way this time.
That's still a long distance.
Yeah, it's quite a walk.
Getting a horse when I get back to the surface and get somewhere.
Touch my horse, you die.
I am nowhere near your horse. I don't
That you
think.
know of.
I don't know. With magic, you're near everyone's horse.
I don't use magic. That's the thing.
I don't know, that was pretty magical.
That was not me though. That was a what the fuck ever.
Hey, at least you didn't end up, like, in a wall like that one guy.
Yeah.
That
What
poor bastard.
was that thing, by the way?
Oh, that's a displacement spell.
That was a display.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
me and the guys that got pulled into it have no. I have to. Fuck.
Okay, so it's an... I hesitate to call it a relic or an artifact, because it's not old enough to be called that, but the spell that it's based on, that its effect was copied from, is definitely old enough to be called that. It essentially created an area, sucked anything in that area through the center point, which was where the spell was activated, in the smallest area that is available that you can still survive. And it was set up that way for efficiency's sake, because it has minimum reaction time and minimum space requirements, so that it could pour all of the levels into the distance algorithm and select points all over the world to send you to. That spell can handle up to 53 individual targets.
I hope I punched one of the guys that was getting pulled in as we was getting pulled through. Hey, get out of the way!
Oh yeah, no, there was lots of punching, kicking, biting, pulling, stabbing.
Tail stab. Just.
That's like
Do I
half of
still
the
have-
reason why you lost 2 life points.
Do I still have all my tail?
Yes, you still have all of your tail.
Okay.
Missing a couple of spines, but you know.
Yeah, those will grow back. Takes a little bit, but they'll grow back.
So we got 20 minutes left here. Dave, Satsu, and Skull, since Dead Man Walking isn't joining us today for this session.
Hey.
No,
Not you.
not you.
Oh.
No,
So-
Mr. Unwalker.
Oh, I need to talk to-
Let's go.
One
I
at a
need to
time.
talk to what's his face. Nobody.
Yeah. Okay.
The
So,
reason I tried to fight from.
you guys never actually described going to sleep, so presumably Satsu casts go to fuck to sleep.
I thought
nope.
that we did
I was
describe
gonna
that we were.
I was gonna do it regularly.
Oh, okay.
I just did that the other time to show it off.
And
Show off.
no, you just said that you were going to the hotel to sleep. You didn't actually say that you were like actually going through with it.
I thought that was implied, but I suppose it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
That's mostly my fault because when I was diagnosed, he didn't sleep, so he would just gremlin all night.
Yeah.
What?
There's
Regardless.
some characters that don't sleep, so I can't
they
always
can't.
take it at value.
Sorry.
Speaking of clarifying things, I want to make sure that, like, while I was cooking that, tasting it, and then we put the fire out right, because I don't want to wake up and have a forest fire and everything burned down. So can we retcon that? Make sure we did everything right.
Damn, you took their plan away.
I
guess I'll allow you to retcon that. Smokey would be
Thank you,
upset
thank
with
you.
you, and you don't want to fight Smokey.
No. Good former Boy Scout here. But that's about
But-
it.
I
Good
would
sleep.
I would get some food from downstairs and feed Leius before I went to bed.
Alright.
clarifying. So I put food in my mouth before shooting.
Now.
No. Don't
Anyway.
make me force you to describe going to the bathroom.
And probably enjoy the frilly things.
Oh yeah, your entire chest of frilly stuff. I imagine you just
That
build
sounds-
it out on your bed and lay on
Is
it.
your closet just where all the gay people live because it's so comfy?
Oh.
Mm,
No.
Anyway, I need to
there's
talk
no
to
room
nobody.
in there.
yeah, all the panties and sex toys.
I don't have a closet right now. But yeah, go ahead. Nobody.
Right. So, Skull, go to sleep. You try to get in contact with nobody. They actually answer this time.
Oh, neat.
Yeah. Yes.
So-
what is it?
I'm sure you're aware, but maybe you're not. We recently found information. We found the location of the horse known as Jack, I think. It's Satsu's, by the way. So I was wondering about the particulars. Is it something like, would it make it void if we already knew the information? Is it more of like a price for services rendered kind of situation? Is there like some sort of consolation boon situation that's possible? I was wondering how that was.
As per our previous contract, you are obligated to perform the duties assigned to you in the matter pertaining to the way that the Contract E has declared. If you have
okay.
already come into possession or the information you require therein of the object that was to be the reward, then you have avoided the consequences of failing at your task. However, you are still obligated to perform the task for good standing.
Yeah, okay. I will still try. I just want to understand the situation there. Okay. It's going to be a pain. I'm still going to try. I still want to remain in good standing with you because honestly, I think you're a pretty decent partner as far as, or like, I suppose like act maker. I'm not sure how to put that.
Ally.
Yes, there you go.
Yes. I won't be
Um,
as available as I was previously, as my better half has been released from their bonds.
Better half.
Yes.
Well, congratulations, first of all. Unless it sucks.
Who it is.
Jeez.
Ask who it is.
I will in a second.
Do you mind?
I-
I believe you are dreaming about being fucked by 30 tentacles.
It's so good. Okay. So, I was like halfway through my sentence. All right. I say, first of all, congratulations, unless it sucks. But in which case, my condolences. Also, if it's not prying, who is that? Also, have I met them? Would I know who they were?
No, I believe you have not had the pleasure of making acquaintances with Stanley yet.
Stanley?
Yes.
I legitimately wasn't sure. Because you were kind. So, Stanley. Is he mortal? Is it man? I assume so. That's the name.
That information is not of a rank that you are privy to.
Okay. Fair enough.
Jesus, Glycol 13?
So Venusaur has 186.
Yeah, but
But
they're
yeah,
a spider.
That's true.
They've got like 60 fingers.
Okay, that's 7 rings. First off, and they've got 10 fingies. Oh wait, you mean Selene? Yeah, you're
Yeah,
correct.
Selene. I mean, I don't know.
Okay.
I imagine they have a hand at the end of each limb.
Except the one that's a nub to freak people out. But yeah, there. This is his fucking circuit. Now you can see why he's broke. Those are very finicky, thoroughly thought out circuits.
Yeah, I'll draw
Okay.
them out when I get a chance.
Oh god, your hands are gonna hurt.
So, Skull, you were saying?
Crap, I don't know.
I guess it worked.
Okay. So, I don't know. If I ever meet the Stanley, first of all, would I be destroyed completely, immediately?
Not
Would he
unless
make a
they
Marvel
have
movie?
Good reason.
Okay. Alright, so Stanley is definitely not somebody I will just meet in this. Okay. I was gonna say if I meet them, say hello. Then I'm like, would it kill me? You know how it is.
They're not very talkative. I'm the talkative one. They're more
Oh,
of
okay.
the doer.
Man of action.
They only really meet with exceptional individuals when they do exceptional things.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll tell you what. I will strive to meet this individual because they sound neat. And also, I want to do cool stuff. I have ambitions. You know how it is.
Don't we all? So then, was that the only reason you requested my presence, or did you want to create another contract?
I don't have another contract in mind at the moment, but I definitely needed to clarify to be at my best in terms of this contract and its fruition. I wanted to make sure that I had everything at my disposal, and if any negotiation was necessary, I did so.
Very well then.
Thank you.
And they're gone.
And then I sleep regularly for the rest.
Ah, yes, you have a whole 0 dreams.
I mean, honestly, that's not super uncommon for me, so I don't think. You have minimized your application.
Yes,
I'm told to sit tight.
Damn right.
Damn right, because I'm looking at.
I want to
the
sit
info
loosely.
Satsu sent.
I love how swans hug.
Well, that's more or less what I had in mind. If anyone else has anything to end our session with, assuming that we're gonna end
Yep.
on time.
We're gonna end on a little early.
3 days.
It took me so long to get back.
3 whole days.
3 whole days for what?
Until my priesthood shit is done.
Oh. Oh man, I'm so sorry.
Let's go.
I'm gonna stop listening to the stream now. There we go. Well, what did you guys think of the session so far? Or today?
Damn, he stole your line.
No, that's okay. If you guys want to ask each other questions, I'll just sit here and text for a little bit.
I'm also I have GMitis as well. Don't worry about it.
But, I mean, yeah, go ahead and answer the question.
Yeah, I mean, we're making progress. We have ice cream made and cooled. Potentially opening up Skull's opportunity to do whatever he needs to do.
Yeah. Boy, howdy. Oh,
And
well,
how many life points have you lost now, Shadow?
3.
I am down to 7 life points.
Ooh.
Yeah.
so you started with 10?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I
They just
figured
have
you had more.
Standard life points, they just got better gear than you.
Am I the? Oh, right. That's why.
You've
Yeah.
got gear too, it's just
Well-
internal.
Well, I'm. I mean, well, I'm saying because I technically have more than 10 life points now.
Liara has more than that too, right? Or is that, or is she started with less?
Liara is currently at 20 life points. I believe I am at 16 because I have actually leveled up.
Oh,
You know,
nice.
Shadow's had a couple things, not go the way he's planned it, probably in past assignments.
Oh, I should update this to.
But nothing like this.
This was a special case.
Yeah, this world's a special case.
Welcome back.
The hub plane is a unique environment.
Next time Satsu sees Shadow, he's gonna be all banged up, bruised, limping, just.
Damn, did you wreck the bike again?
Oh, fuck the bike! God damn! Where the fuck is it? It's
Hey.
outside the town somewhere.
Yeah. I have a question.
Summons bike.
Is there a word for a group of levels?
Levels.
Levels.
Levels. Levi.
Well, one like a defined group of levels. Like maybe there like different kinds of levels. Is there like a word for 10 levels?
Deco level.
Interest. I was thinking that too as soon as I said it.
I mean, most tabletop games don't level up the characters multiple times in a row, and in the JRPGs where that does happen, it's usually just predicated with level up in sparkly letters.
Mm-hmm. Would the system recognize term of multiple levels? Or for multiple? Would it understand what it's...
No.
Okay. So I was thinking, like, if I went +1 millilevel, or like mil level, central level, deca level.
You're not an alpha player, so you don't have access to any sort of command structure that would allow you to do something like that.
No, he's talking about his enhancement.
Yeah, I know. Even if you're talking about, like, schools of magic levels, or levels of an NPC, like, you just don't have access to that system. It's been hashed over by Adam.
So it's like the
Error
box.
404, code not found.
Yeah, you get a redirect error, essentially.
I was going to say that it was like the box where you put your password in. Sometimes, if they're really badly coded, you can put in what do you call it? You can put in like a comment out code, and then it will ignore the password. But for most websites, you can't do that, even if the code, you put in the code, because it just, I think it converts it to a string or something like that.
I don't know, my password is backslash... What is it? It's / drop table foxes.
Yeah. I read a meme where somebody named their kid something like that.
Oh, that's mean.
What about
And so
all
when it went to the school, it just fucking yeah.
My password is ! Less than hyphen, I think it was.
I mean, if you wanted
Something
to do
like that.
that, you could have just typed in divide by 0, and, you know.
My password is null.
A lot of password systems don't let you use tilde, but there used to be an old trick that you could use the tilde for in open exploits like that.
But anyway, the reason I was talking about that, it's just like, it reminded me of that sort of a restriction, right? Where you can't just type code into the password box, even though that is technically possible to do, because it has some sort of safeguard or multiple levels of code, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's sort of like that, but not really. It's more like you're typing in a search query into a search engine, and the server that you're trying to access, you just can't actually ping off of different server locations to get to it. It's being routed around.
So, in order to do this, I'd have to basically ping a relay off of, or something like that.
To do what you want to do, you would have to actually go to the physical location that the information is stored, like what the alpha player and whatever the fuck their name is, Cabot is doing. Because
Interesting.
they're actively like they're air gapped, so they're like disconnected from everything right now. There's still some like kernel level stuff that's still connected because it has to be, otherwise the entire system shuts down. But Atom disconnected as much as the old data as they could.
Interesting. You know, it'd be really funny. Like, I'm not gonna say this is possible. I assume it's really placed within my capability. I think it would be really funny if somebody made like a potion that was like that somehow introduced a 404 error or something ridiculous like that. Just like maybe the potion is made out of a material that is not logged in that particular data set. It's just like technically the world has it, but like it doesn't exist on the one you usually have.
No, all the asset data packs are all in the same file. You can't create a potion that does that.
Well, sure, but it would be fun. And then just like anytime somebody drinks it, they're like, "You'd spontaneously cease to exist."
There's much easier ways of doing that.
I don't know. It like assuming that. What if you had like a file in the file, right, where all the assets are? You have like a redirect file that's just like something, and then like it references a different file that you make, and then you put a bunch of random garbage in. And so like
That's also not something you have access to, and only one player has access to that sort of tools, and they're not currently on this plane.
I didn't expect I was able to do it. I'm just thinking like if you did have all the stuff required to do it, how would that interact? Would it?
Poorly.
Would it? Yeah.
It's... I'm not sure if the system has a memory leak detection. It's pretty old. I think that would have to be coded manually. But it would have had to have had some form of memory leak detect for a lot of other edge cases. I don't have it open in front of me right now. I think I lost that particular set of notes.
You can always just set it as a global variable and then reference it later on.
I'll just ask the player that came up with it. I'm sure they could write it again.
I was meaning a way around it. I guess it depends on what kind of a memory leak you have, but at least for like variables, you can usually get around it by doing like a global variable, something that can be referenced again by the entire system. And then if you have like a DS structure list, you can like come back and say, "I want to talk about this again." Like, oh yeah, that thing.
You might be thinking a little advanced here for the system. This thing is compatible with like punch cards.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah, very old.
I'm aware.
Yes, as less
I'ma hop out.
aware.
Oh, see ya.
See you, Shatsu.
Bye.
Bye. Want to go too.
Okay. Sorry, I was using the brain, Shadows. You know what happens when Shadow's alone.
I do some gay shit.
So, punch cards.
I got to roll too, gang. We'll talk to you next week.
See ya. With punch card computers, right? Are they like binary and like punched out, not punched out? Is that how it works?
That's literally what binary is, yes.
Well, yes. I was just wondering if that's what they did with the punch cards.
Yes.
or if it meant something else. I don't know. Okay.
I mean, at the time that they were using punch cards, they also had like 3-state computing and 4-state computing. It's just with the physical manufacturing processes they had at the time, they could only really reliably make 2-state computing, so that's what became the standard. Whereas 4-state computing is way better, and we had it working at the time. And now people are all hyped up about, ooh, but quantum is 3-state computing and we can do all this math. It's like, bruh, we're already past that. What are you talking about? Just,
Isn't
it makes me
Wait,
sad
isn't
that we were
quantum-
past that point at one point in our history and just fucking forgot.
so? What kind of technology are we talking about? What? Okay. First of all, what is 4-state computing?
It's like binary, except you have 4 states to read from.
Well,
Got off,
Isn't-
on, halfway off, and halfway on.
huh? Okay.
3 states.
And
a
then
lot easier.
quantum
It's
quantum
literally
is
just on
off on. Well, wouldn't it be on off neither or both?
No, because the computer can't register both on and off state. It can only register it as neither of the above. That's why 4-state isn't neither in both. It's halfway
I was
off
meaning,
and
like-
halfway on.
I was meaning more of like, assuming there's like two. I'll put it as 2 switches, right? You have one that is flicked on and the other is flicked off, right? That would be both, and then both of them flicked off would be neither.
No,
One flicked on would
you're
be
thinking about it wrong. It's only one switch.
okay. So
Binary is
In this
either
case.
the switch is in the up position for 1, or the switch is in the down position for 0. That's what
Okay.
binary is.
and then
Trinary is up position, down position, or you've balanced it on the spring just right to put it in the middle.
the other one is like it has 4-5 sections. And you can go.
Yeah, a quinary or quadrinary computing is you've chiseled grooves into the notch and you're able to set it in one of 4 positions.
Okay. Okay, what is the advantage to that other
More
than having more
storage
space?
space, faster processing, faster read-write speeds.
Well, okay, sure, but how does? All right, how would that work? Like,
Just like
you have
binary, it's just more compressed. We already turned
Okay.
binary into 8-bit, or what is it? Not 8-bit. It's fucking what's? I forget what it's called. It's like,
I have to go.
okay.
Oh,
I
sorry.
thought you were already going, Les.
Well, yeah, but I was reading a long series of messages.
Oh,
I will see you at a later time.
Yes, I will see you next week. I'm sorry, not sorry for the ruins.
yeah. I'll break my brain on that later. Here, I'm just gonna look it up. These are ways to read binary. Not how to read binary. I want to know the simplification.
Is decimary not possible?
I mean, you can keep adding states to it. It's just you're dealing with like a physical manufacturing issue once you go beyond 3.
Oh. Okay. What is it that it is doing? Right? Like what? I never really understood how the binary of a computer actually computes in terms of that physical aspect. Is it just like the signal is there, the signal is not there, or
It's literally capturing an electron in a magnetic ring. So memory storage is where you take a series of wires, lay them out in a long, very complex grid, and you stick a magnetic ring at the intersection where wires cross. And then you set a transistor so that when that magnetic ring is active, it traps an electron in that spot. And the computer is able to read where all of those electrons are stored and figure out essentially Morse code, but for computers. It'll turn a series of on-offs to letters or a color or an intensity of lumens on your screen.
That's very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
And
so
that's just
it's
like-
more of a question about how compressed you can make it. How much?
So a 3-state memory series, you're using quantum atoms to do that because they're the only materials that are currently able to be produced that have 3 states that are reasonably controllable and reliable enough to actually get used for computing. And they're only really used for like super complex equations because it would take a quantum computer longer to do a task that a calculator can do in femtoseconds. Because it's designed for huge arrays of data that all have massive numbers of variables. That's what it's good at. A regular computer is good at like number crunching.
Okay.
A 4-state system would be able to do both of those things. It's just... I don't know. We've been focused on silicon for so long that people have gone kind of tunnel vision on it.
So how did it work? Do you actually know? The quaternary?
I only know that it existed, and I have a faint idea of how it functioned, but the actual device doesn't exist anymore.
Damn it. Okay.
It's just like a lot of the early computing prototypes. They just got old and sat in somebody's attic or garage or basement or what have you, and eventually got thrown out.
I mean, what you could do is if you were doing like a hole punch, right? You could just have half a hole punch.
That's not how those work.
Well, I mean, theoretically, if the reader, right?
It's literally a pin that steps down into a hole. That's what it's detecting. You can't have half a hole. It's not sensitive enough to detect that.
Okay, let's imagine you had like a laser, right, as your reader.
They didn't have that at the time.
Sure, no. But let's assume we're making one now. If you had a laser, right, and like a photometer underneath, you could theoretically have it so it's exactly half of the span of the photometer. Then it would theoretically you could have
stop you right there. That's also not a thing. That's not how light works.
It depends on what you're using.
It really doesn't. That's just not how light works. You can't have half a wavelength.
Well, no. It would be half as many wavelengths. because like
Now, I
we obviously
understand
can
what you're
tell.
trying to say, but that's not how that works.
Like, a photometer isn't an on-off thing, right? So theoretically, it can have a different value than 1 or 0 or whatever, and you could theoretically modulate that number. That's more of what I'm trying to say. How would you compress that, though? How would you make that readable long time? It'd be really good for, like, very quick access. Unless you wanted to make, like, a long sheet of paper. We could do that. So it wouldn't work super great. You'd want something that blocks more light.
No, it's not happening. Even if you have a device that can tell the difference between 2 photons hitting it at once and 1 photon hitting it at once, it's still going to run into issues with scaling it down and storage mediums, and how are you even going to create a read-write cycle if you're using a physical object to block the light? You're still thinking at, like, macro scale. You need to think at the micro scale, like, less than an atom. Shadow, are you still here?
Yes.
Why?
Just like listening. And I ain't got nothing else better to do, really.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Could you hear me before?
Not.
When did I stop talking?
When Dark started talking to me.
I don't know. It's 9 o'clock. I have to be awake in 3 hours.